Jolly old Saint Nick, better known as Santa Claus. For centuries, this guy in red has been sliding down chimneys, munching on cookies, and making children's dreams come true. He's basically the ultimate holiday superstar. But let's be real. Behind that jolly belly and those twinkling eyes, there's a whole lot of funny, weird, and downright suspicious stuff going on. And you know what? We're here to talk about all of it because we have nothing better to do. As magical as Santa is, there are some things that just don't add up. So buckle up, grab your eggnog, and let's get into everything hilariously wrong with Santa Claus. Spoiler alert, there's a lot. The impossible sleigh ride. Let's start with one of the biggest Christmas miracle of them all. The infamous sleigh ride. We're talking billions of kids across the entire globe all in one night. One night. Really? We're supposed to believe that Santa's managing this feat with nothing but a sleigh, some reindeer, and possibly a little Christmas magic? Let's break this down. For starters, there are approximately 2 billion children in the world. To deliver gifts to all of them, Santa would need to visit around 390,000 homes per minute. Yes, per minute. That's over 6,500 homes per second. How? Is he teleporting using the Force? Or maybe he's figured out how to bend time and space like Doctor Strange. Because let's be real, Google Maps can't even get me from my house to the grocery store without rerouting 10 times. Yet somehow, Santa's out here pulling off the greatest logistical miracle in human history, all while making it look effortless.
Wow! Oh, wow!
And let's not even get started on the bathroom breaks. Can you imagine? He's flying through the night, fueled by 1 million cookies and gallons of milk. No one's gut can handle that without a pit stop. But somehow Santa just keeps on going. Maybe he's got a magic toilet installed on the sleigh. Honestly, that would explain a lot. Reindeer exploitation. Let's take a minute to talk about Santa's trusty team of reindeer. Sure, they look cute with their red shiny noses and antlers, but let's not forget that these animals are working the longest shift in the history of shifts. One night, non-stop, pulling a sleigh that's basically a flying semi-truck loaded with presents for the entire world. Talk about reindeer rights violations. Now, let's give credit where it's due. Rudolph gets all the glory. The glowing red nose, the hero of Christmas Eve, blah blah blah. But what about the others? What about Comet, Donner, Blitzen, and the rest of the crew? They're out there, hoofing it through the skies like overworked Uber drivers. And yet Rudolph's the one who gets the movie deal? Seems a bit unfair if you ask me. And have we even considered what these poor reindeer are eating to keep their energy up? Carrots? Maybe. But I'm willing to bet Santa's got them on some kind of secret reindeer superfood that keeps them going all night long. Or maybe it's just pure adrenaline. Either way, someone needs to look into these working conditions. Reindeer deserve a union, or at the very least, some vacation days. Breaking and entering. Santa Claus, the ultimate holiday hero, right? Wrong. Let's call him what he really is. The world's most notorious burglar. Seriously, his entire operation is based on breaking into people's homes in the dead of night. He sneaks down chimneys, leaves a pile of gifts, and then slips away without a trace. If that doesn't scream cat burglar, I don't know what does. But here's the kicker. He doesn't even have to break in. We're letting him do it. Year after year, we practically roll out the red carpet for the guy. We leave our doors unlocked or our chimneys unguarded, and we even leave him snacks as a thank you. It's like we're begging to be robbed. If Santa were anyone else, there'd be police sirens blaring and security cameras catching him in the act. But no, Santa gets a free pass because he's, delivering toys? If you ask me, this whole thing is highly suspicious. Maybe Santa's just too good at covering his tracks. The milk and cookie bribery. Now, on the surface, milk and cookies seem like a sweet tradition. Leave Santa some treats, get presents in return. Everybody wins, right? Nope, wrong again. This is classic bribery, plain and simple. Kids have figured out that the better the snack, the better the presents. So what do? They bake up the best batch of cookies they can find, pour the biggest glass of milk, and hope Santa rewards them with the latest iPhone. It's like the Christmas version of paying off a politician. And Santa's in on it too. Don't think for a second he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart.
Oh, God! I hope that's eggnog!
You leave him some store-bought cookies, and boom, socks for you. But whip up some fresh-baked chocolate chip cookies, and suddenly there's a new bike waiting under the tree. I'm just saying, Santa's playing favorites, and it's time we admit it. If you want those top-tier presents, you'd better start working on your cookie game. Or, just leave him a $20 and see what happens. That diet? Now, let's be honest. If Santa were actually eating all the cookies and milk left out for him on Christmas Eve, we'd have a serious situation on our hands. Millions of cookies in one night? That's a sugar overload waiting to happen. Santa's cholesterol levels must be higher than the North Pole. And let's not even talk about the lactose intolerance. If Santa's downing that much milk, he's going to need more than a magic sleigh to get through the night. So how does he do it? Is he chugging eggnog between stops to wash it all down? Or maybe he's got a little Christmas elf with a vacuum cleaner following behind him to clean up the crumbs. Either way, I think it's time we start leaving Santa some healthier options. A salad maybe, or at least some almond milk. The guy's got to be pushing 1,000 years old by now. His metabolism isn't what it used to be. If we want Santa to keep making it down those chimneys, we've got to start looking out for his health. The naughty list hypocrisy. The naughty or nice list. The ultimate holiday judgment tool. Santa's been keeping track of who's been naughty and who's been nice for centuries, and somehow we're all okay with this. He's basically the original Big Brother, watching us year-round and making a list of all our mistakes. And here's the kicker. Santa's not exactly innocent himself. Think about it. He's sneaking into homes without permission. He's got a highly questionable labor force. Yeah, more on that later. And he's breaking every privacy law imaginable by keeping tabs on millions of children worldwide. But somehow, he's still the one handing out the judgment. I mean, who's keeping Santa accountable? Maybe someone should put him on the naughty list for a change. After all, breaking and entering isn't exactly nice behavior. Is it? Questionable working conditions. The elves. Yep, these guys are the true unsung heroes of Christmas. They're working around the clock, year-round, in some seriously questionable conditions. No paychecks, no benefits, and definitely no time off. And we're supposed to believe they're doing this out of the kindness of their tiny little hearts? Please, give me a break. This sounds like a classic case of holiday labor exploitation. I mean, where's the North Pole HR department? These elves are clearly being overworked, and Santa's just sitting back in his cozy armchair, sipping cocoa and taking all the credit. I'm just saying, if there's ever a labor strike at the North Pole, I'm siding with the elves.
It's like a you problem, Santa.
Yeah, if you want to end this strike, you gotta meet our demands.
Just like the auto workers
and the writers and the actors.
They deserve better. At the very least, a Christmas bonus or a spa day. Reindeer favoritism. We've all heard the story of Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. The underdog, or should I say the underdeer? Anyway, let's take a closer look. Rudolph was only called up to lead the sleigh because of a weather emergency. Before that, he was pretty much ignored by the rest of the team. So is this how you treat your reindeer? Ignoring them until you need something from them? Not exactly the spirit of Christmas, right? And let's not forget about the other reindeer. They're pulling just as much weight, literally. But they don't get songs written about them or holiday specials in their honor. Seems like some serious favoritism going on up at the North Pole. Maybe it's time Santa gave the whole team a little more recognition. After all, Christmas wouldn't happen without them. The lack of social media presence. In today's digital world, even the Easter Bunny has an Instagram. So why is Santa so hard to find online? No Twitter updates, no TikTok dance challenges, no Instagram selfies with the elves. Santa's basically a ghost on social media. For a guy who's supposed to be all-knowing, you'd think he'd be more plugged into the digital age. Maybe Santa's just old-fashioned, or maybe he's trying to keep a low profile. Either way, it's time for Santa to get with the times. A little social media presence could go a long way. Imagine the possibilities. Santa could do live updates from the sleigh, share behind-the-scenes footage from the North Pole, or even start a YouTube channel.
Honey, what are you doing?
It's my new webcam.
Yeah, a YouTube channel is actually a great idea if I may say so. Do a thumbs up if you agree. Come on. Do it. Do it. Still waiting. Do it. Now. Santa's gift-giving inequality. Okay, here's a big one. Why does Santa give some kids top-tier presents while others get, well, socks? I mean, seriously, what's the deal with the gift inequality? If Santa's supposed to be all-knowing and fair, you'd think he'd spread the Christmas cheer a little more evenly. But nope. Some kids wake up to the latest gadgets and toys, while others are left wondering if they accidentally ended up on the naughty list. Is Santa playing favorites? Or does he just have a really weird sense of humor? Either way, it's not a great look. Maybe it's time Santa reevaluated his gift-giving strategy. No kid should wake up on Christmas morning wondering why they got a pair of socks while their neighbor got a brand new iPad. Just saying. The Coca-Cola makeover. Believe it or not, Santa didn't always look like the jolly, rotund guy we know today. In fact, his modern image was pretty much invented by Coca-Cola. That's right, the red suit, the rosy cheeks, the whole jolly old elf thing. All part of a corporate marketing campaign. So basically, Santa is a walking, talking Coca-Cola ad. He's like the original influencer, except instead of pushing sponsored posts on Instagram, he's pushing holiday cheer with a side of soda. But hey, even holiday icons need to evolve with the times, right? Maybe next year we'll see Santa branching out into other brands. Pepsi? Anyone? Or maybe he'll start endorsing energy drinks to keep him going through the night. Either way, it's clear that Santa's image has been shaped by more than just holiday spirit. At this point, he's basically a mascot for capitalism. But hey, at least he looks good in red. The beard. Iconic, but impractical. Santa's iconic white beard is as much a part of Christmas as the presents themselves. But have you ever thought about how impractical that thing must be? Flying through blizzards, squeezing down chimneys, and eating cookies all night long? His beard should be a total disaster by the end of the night. And yet, it always looks perfect. How? Does Santa have a magic grooming kit hidden in his sleigh? Or maybe he's got a team of elves dedicated to keeping his beard in check throughout the night. What do you think? The sketchy letter system? Every year, millions of kids send letters to Santa, hoping their wish lists make it to the North Pole. But here's the thing. Where exactly do those letters go? Is there a North Pole post office? Do the elves have a mailroom? Or are those letters just disappearing into the void, never to be seen again? Honestly, the whole system seems a little sketchy. And in this day and age, you'd think Santa would have upgraded to email by now. At the very least, there should be some kind of tracking system so kids can see if their letters actually made it to Santa's desk. But no, we're still relying on snail mail and the vague hope that our letters somehow make it to the North Pole. It's 2024, Santa. Time to upgrade your communication game. Santa's sleigh safety standards. Now, I don't want to be a buzzkill, but has anyone ever considered the safety of Santa's sleigh? I mean, no seatbelts, no brakes, and it's open air in sub-zero temperatures. Honestly, it's a miracle this guy hasn't flown off a rooftop by now. And don't even get me started on the reindeer. They're flying through snowstorms with no visible harnesses or protective gear. If Santa's going to keep pulling off this Christmas miracle every year, he could at least throw on a helmet or install some kind of safety features. Maybe a seatbelt or two wouldn't hurt. After all, we want Santa to make it to next Christmas in one piece. Let's keep things safe out there, okay? The North Pole real estate problem. Let's be real. Living in the North Pole seems like a terrible idea. It's freezing cold, it's isolated, and there's no Wi-Fi. You'd think with all the resources at Santa's disposal, he could find a more comfortable place to live. Maybe a nice tropical island where he can kick back and relax during the off-season. But no, he's sticking with his icy fortress in the middle of nowhere in a place called Rovaniemi, or whatever. Maybe the North Pole has some killer tax benefits, or maybe Santa just really loves the cold. Either way, it seems like he could use a change of scenery. How about a beachfront property, Santa? You deserve it! The mysterious source of Santa's wealth. Running a global gift-giving empire can't be cheap, right? I mean, the toys alone must cost a fortune, not to mention the upkeep on the sleigh, the reindeer food, and the salaries for all those elves. If they even get salaries. So, where exactly is Santa getting the money for all this? Does he have a side hustle we don't know about? Is there a North Pole economy we've never heard of? The whole thing is a mystery. Maybe Santa's got some hidden investments, or maybe he's just really good at managing his holiday budget. Either way, it's impressive. But don't we still like to know where all that money's coming from? The mysterious off-season. So, what exactly does Santa do during the other 364 days of the year? We know he's pretty busy on Christmas Eve, but what about the rest of the time? Is he just lounging around the North Pole, sipping cocoa, and watching Netflix? Does he have hobbies? A secret side hustle? The lack of information about Santa's off-season life is a little concerning. For all we know, he could be running some kind of underground elf fight club. Someone seriously needs to look into this. Santa's secret identity crisis. Let's talk about the many faces and aliases of Santa Claus. He goes by a lot of names. Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, Saint Snack Attack. And each version of him has its own backstory.
Santa Claus. Name? Père Noël. Babo Natale. Père Nicole.
Papa Gijo.
It's almost like Santa's having an identity crisis. One minute he's a jolly old elf, the next he's a stern figure handing out lumps of coal. So, which one is the real Santa? Maybe he's just trying to appeal to different audiences, or maybe he's hiding something. Either way, it's a little suspicious. I mean, who needs that many aliases? At this point, Santa's starting to sound like a secret agent. Maybe he's not just delivering presents. Maybe he's on some kind of top secret mission. The plot thickens, guys. And there you have it. Santa Claus, Papa Present Pants, Sir Slay-A-Lot, Big Belly Sleigh Boss, the one and only true master of Christmas magic, wrapped up in a fluffy red suit and more plot holes than a holiday rom-com. Sure, he brings joy to millions of kids every year, but even legends have their quirks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Merry Christmas, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ho 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 ho!